Good morning, Sunday morning. You're on Sunday Brunch Show with Gina, and I have some special guests with me today. Last week we did our ladies only chat with my girls Jazz and Cindy, and today I have some gentlemen in the studio with me today to do our men's chat. So we just go around the room and have everyone introduce themselves real briefly. Who wants to go first?
Good morning. This is DJ Philly's Famous. Well, my name is Seth, but I was just
Seth Andrews.
You got to put it out there, right? That's what Gina calls me. She thinks she know me. But yeah, DJ Philly's Famous. I'm CEO of Famous DJs.
Good morning. This is Kerry Withers, and I'm family with everyone on the panel.
Thank you. And last but not least.
Good morning. This is your boy Philly Rain, a.k.a. DJ Rain, also the host of Sex and the Rain show.
Yeah, I love the plugs there. People trying to promote themselves on my show, but that's okay. Thank you all for being. Especially, I know some of you went to sleep a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, I didn't sleep. I just put some cologne on.
I literally just went to bed at 5:30 in the morning.
So I appreciate you coming out this early, and it's rainy today, so I really appreciate it. So last week we started off the conversation talking about female friendship and how it's very different from male friendship. And we come to find that, women tend to have few female friends, and they tend not to last for very long. And where men tend to have friends that they've been friends with since they were born.
You can jump into this real fast.
What do you know? Is that true? What are your opinions on that?
Friendship. Oh, man. There's a lot of different reasons. You're saying, is it true as far as the women?
Yeah,
what they're saying?
Or is it true that male friendship is more of a stronger bond than female friendship? And
I tend to think so.
Yeah.
I tend to think male friendship can last longer than female friendship because the male doesn't tend to want to do better than what their counterpart is doing. With women, it always seems like you want to do one up on the other one. Mm-hmm. So, which is why many women say, "I don't want a whole bunch of female friends. I'd rather have male friends." And you hear that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true because it's like a competition. I know as far as women that go out to try to date or look for a man, they're not going to bring that female that they feel is in competition with them, So that's why you always see a group of women. It's always like that one bad girl in the group. It's like, I can be on the road together. Like, where's your friends? They always point at a herd in the back. It's like,
they have to increase their odds.
But I agree. It's the same thing like with fellas. I think it's really based on the dating scene just because there are more women than men, especially eligible women than men. So when it comes to the dating scene, I think men are a little bit more comfortable with each other and, because it's not so much competition, like you said, when it comes to the dating scene like that.
So would you say you're still friends with people that you knew when you were little?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm friends with everyone. Everyone that I basically knew when I was young. I'm talking from kindergarten, from Get Set, Head Start, all those places. We all are still friends right now.
It's so true, because they're all my old heads. So true. I grew up under all of them. It's true.
So then, okay, one of the issues that came up was the fact that, there was a guy friend that said that, he doesn't trust women that don't have any female friends, at all, and only have male friends. You guys, if you met a woman and were probably about to, go out with her or date with her, and she said, I don't have any female friends at all, would that be an issue for you?
It's kind of weird. I've never personally met a female like that.
I've never ran into anybody like that. And 9 times out of 10, if you don't have any female friends at all, there's probably an issue with you. So I probably wouldn't want to date you.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know about that one.
So what happens when guys have disagreements? It's usually if a woman has a disagreement with her friend, one she's gonna kiki with her other female friends about her, gossip or whatever, and then eventually it doesn't work out, or it's hard to get back to the point where you're friends again. What happens when men have issues within their circle?
Most real men, let's start off by saying that. Most real men, when they have an issue, you can have the one of the worst arguments ever, and y'all name call it and all that, but at the end of the night, most men is like, all right, you know what I mean, it's cool. Where y'all, on the other hand, females, that could last 20 years.
it's an ongoing thing with females. Like females hold grudges. And one thing, like throughout my life of growing up, guys don't hold grudges. Like I was a little kid, like guys didn't hold grudges. Like when I was younger, back in the day, like it's different now, but back in the day, guys, we would, we argue with one another, we fight. After that, we shake hands, and tomorrow you my best friend again. Like it's like, yo, what's up? Let's go play some ball. Like, and we was just fighting the day before. The females, no,
y'all start to take alliances.
Just,
you gotta get you call Tammy, I got Tammy. It's like y'all picking for teams and
exactly. It's like
in the schoolyard. You're like, give me Tammy, give me Jennifer, give me, you know what I mean? And now it's a big thing where y'all choose sides.
But you know what? Definitely, and when it comes to arguments, men is definitely different from women because the consequences are different. So men, it's not too much verbal when it comes to men, unless you're really a good friend. Like me and Rain, I'll cuss Rain out. You know what I mean? Because we cool like that. But it depends on how close you are as friends. Now, guys, the consequence with men is you can get smacked, you can start a fight, you can get shot. Women ain't trying to get their face, their hair, their nails messed up. So I see two women, they'll go at it, beating each other's face, pointing fingers, but not one punch will ever get thrown. They'll stand there and argue while the other girls is like in the background chanting, but nothing will ever happen because the consequence isn't there that, something physical. Men are more physical. So I guess when it comes to that, since men know that they're more physical, they pick and choose their words a little bit more carefully. Because, I don't know, you ever see a woman get in a man's face, she be saying some reckless stuff. Yeah. And the boy just be like, go ahead. The Rain starts sweating. His vein just popped out his head. Rain having thoughts.
Oh, I've been poked in the head before. It took me a lot. Took me a lot to hold myself and restrain myself.
But see, that's the point. It's like men are more physical, So that's why when it comes to women and men arguing with each other, like women can get all in the man's face, yell, but guys not gonna say too much because if he starts yelling, he'll get physical. So that's how it is when it comes to beef between two guys, difference between two guys and two girls, because men are just more physical and they know that, so they try not to escalate it to that point. If you don't have to.
Right.
Well, and we brought up the idea that men get their one-uppings, because, the women have to have that one-up on each other. But men get their one-uppings through physical activity, like sports, basketball on the basketball court, or fantasy football, or something that is a testosterone-driven event. Do you think that's true? That's how you guys sort of do your one-up on each other?
Yeah. Because if you can win as something, you're gonna try your best to win, and you always have it. That's your best friend, but you always have it. Oh yeah, I tore Philly famous up.
Why you put me in? I mean, there's other people here at this table.
And that's the way it usually goes. And you hold that. You can hold that over his head at the barbecues, at the parties, everything, until the next time come around, and then you got to be able to take it when he come back and he beat me.
So what about friendship with women? Like, is it possible? Like, or it's like impossible to actually have like a platonic friendship with a woman, and it never either want to lead to that, more, or a possibility of ever leading more. Like, that's not like that. It's not possible.
I mean, let's define friendship. All right, a friend is somebody. Is your confidant, somebody you can depend on, somebody you run to, you call, whatever. Right? That's the person that you could tell all your personal information to. Depending on how good of a friend it is. To me, if a woman is going to be that good of a friend to a man, y'all might as well be together. That's how I look at it. So it's like, why aren't you with him? But then some people say, okay, well, the chemistry is not there. It takes more than just being able to confide in somebody. You got to have that certain chemistry. So I understand that. But it really depends on the reasons behind the friendship. Like I know a lot of women keep a lot of male friends because men help women. They help them out with, especially single moms, they need help with the kids, whatever, So a lot of women keep male friends just because, they'll help them out, whether it's financially, if they got a car or something like that, whatever. But as far as men looking for female friendship, I mean, I really don't, me particularly, I don't really see it unless there's some initial attraction here, because I know a lot of guys that was initially attracted to the woman, but they know they can't have her, so they say, I'd be the friend. You know what I mean? Because men are patient. They're patient.
We'll wait you out.
Yeah, they're patient. Because one day that dude, the friend zone. Remember that, the Mario picture where you can't quite make that jump? That's the friend zone. That's the friend zone right there.
So you think there's that possibility that something's gonna happen, and that's why men are friends with?
Well, no, I'm not saying that
Or at
in
least
every
really good
case.
friends.
Yeah, I'm not saying that in every case, in every scenario. I mean, that was just one scenario. But I'm just saying, like, and particularly, there's always a reason why you choose somebody to be your friend. You know, there's always some type of reason, whether, you know, y'all connected some sort of way. So that's what I say, when it comes to the opposite sex, and if that's not your girl and that's just your friend, then there has to be a reason there for that. You know, especially if you can call her your friend and you confide in her and you spend all this time with her and that's not your girl, then there's another reason of why she's your friend.
Yeah, see, like I can't, like I don't have, like I have had female friends in the past, and like I still got like a couple female friends now, whatever, like that I'm cool with. Like never happened, never did anything with them. We just cool. Like it's not like we tight. Like it's not like, oh, we talk on the phone every day. Like I won't share like my deepest secrets. Like call them like, yo, I had a rough day today, and like,
Yo, don't call me saying that. Hear Rain crying on the phone.
but it's like if you want to hang out and go grab some drinks. Like I do have like the female friends. I'm like, yo, what you doing? Like, yo, so what you been up to? All right, cool. Like, I'm going down here, whatever. Like, let's go happy hour or something like that. And we just go grab drinks and stuff. Like the female friends that I have, like, can drink like a guy. And it's kind of like they're kind of like hanging out with one of the guys because, you know, like they do sports and everything else and stuff like that. So it's like being with one of the guys, and at the same time we can hang together, you know, get a couple drinks, laugh and joke, and still like won't have no feelings or nothing like that. Like no type of connection.
Those are those females that tend to not have girlfriends.
Exactly.
And that's a good point because the female friends that I do have that I can hang out with like that are female friends that like, oh, I don't like to hang around girls or whatever. They have
girlfriends. They have girlfriends, but they don't hang together.
And see, you know, I agree with Rain on that. Like, you know, sometimes you could just have a female friend that you go out with and hang out with. Because sometimes you need that, what's that word? Femininity? My tongue always messes up. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. But sometimes you need that, you know. Sometimes there be too much testosterone in the room. Sometimes you just want to relax. You know, like Rain said, if you got a girl that's cool like that, you know, no feelings attached, whatever, y'all can just go out and have a good time. And then you can still kind of have that female-male vibe between each other. You know, sometimes, you know, it's just life, you need that sometimes. Just like a woman sometimes needs that masculinity. You know, it's to be around.
So you think is it in the relationships, like male friendships, you guys feel like you encourage each other, like give each other, you know, props, or say like, oh, you know, your car is nice, or you're really smart, or you know what I'm saying, like do you do that? Like I don't know, like
yeah, I spent time like that hoodie, man. That hoodie is nice.
Sound right? Don't sound right now.
Borderline.
So you don't get
Bring your haircut to shop.
We don't go around throwing compliments like that.
So
like
then
your shoes are hot.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
So then those sort of encouragements, they come from the female friends or your companions.
Yeah, that's that femininity. That's what I was talking about, though. You know, like sometimes, you know, the woman that does those little catering things, you don't get that from a dude, for real. I mean, every now and then, Rand wear like a nice shirt or something, you know, and I might just punch him and be like, all right, where you get that? You stupid, you know, something like that. You know?
But it's not on no like regular basis. Like guys do compliment one another and stuff like that. Like, but it all depends on certain things. Like,
but if every day's like,
if
every day somebody tells you,
looking sharp.
if the guys compliment
Let's rub your back, you know.
single day, I think you need to start.
I think you need to question that friendship.
Exactly.
Okay.
But no, like we give like normal basic compliments. Like guys, like we compliment stuff like cars and stuff like that. Like I remember like when Philly's Famous had went and got his car or whatever. He threw TVs and all that in there. I was like, oh yo, that's hot, this and that. Like I remember when Carrie first what was it? Not the truck, but the Max. Yeah, when Carrie bought the Max, I was like still a teenager or whatever. And when he bought that joint, I was like, yo, that joint hot. Like, yeah.
But nothing too like
Yeah, nothing
encouraging
too.
on
Yeah, nothing too like.
Not where you get your hair cut at.
Yeah, like.
I really like those waves. Something like that. Nah.
What grease you use, man? We not sharing beauty tips.
Not
So
gonna
there you go.
So since a lot of times your friendships are ones that have built up over time, are you ever making new male friends? Like, and how do you do that? Do you even realize how you make male friends?
I mean, it all depends on the guy. Like me myself personally, like I closed off my circle like years ago. So it's like at this point on, anybody that comes in is like basically considered like an acquaintance. Like it's not like no real friend. Like I already have like my real friends. I got my family, and then I got my friends that I consider family. So that's it. Like
I mean, you meet new people, but I don't think they're ever as close as those old bonds that you have. I mean, you meet them, you let them in your circle periodically, but they don't stay in the circle like your other friends do. That's just coming from me. Like I don't really go out looking for new friends because sometimes new friends may mean new problems.
Yeah.
So I like to keep it basic, keep it simple with the people that I bang with, and like Rain was saying, family, and you know, that's the way I like to keep it. That's the way I roll.
Okay. So
I feel he's famous.
he's kind of quiet.
Yeah, I don't like nobody.
Philly's famous has 1,200
If you count the Facebook friends,
They should
actual
put
friends.
Facebook acquaintances. That's what they should.
Well, no, there's
put.
that list now. You can you can categorize
I
people as
don't look. I don't
acquaintances,
mess with that
friends.
list. It's complicated. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got too many subdivisions. But no. I mean, I agree with what everybody said. You know, as far as that word friend, like I say, that word friend is deep. You know, because people kind of get the word acquaintances and friends confused. So I meet a lot of people, especially in my business. I'm constantly meeting people all the time, traveling, whatever. And I meet cool people, and sometimes even after we do business dealings, we might go out, you know, get a drink together or whatever. But when it comes to that friend, you always turn to those people you grew up with because that's your trust circle right there. That they've put in the time, you know. So what's that movie with? He was like, "Did we just become friends?" He was like, "Yep." You know, what was that movie?
Was it Step Brothers?
Yeah. Step Brothers. Yeah. You know, it doesn't happen like that in real life. You know, you just have some, you know, share some same thoughts and ideas.
Hey,
and
Like, I
become
like
friends.
pancakes
You know what I mean?
too. Now
We
we
just
friends.
became friends. We just ate a meal. You know, so it's not quite like that. But yeah, I agree with what everybody said here. You know, friends like people that you knew from back then, especially as adults, talking as adults. You know, everybody here over 25 years old. You know, it's not like when we're little kids. You know, y'all sharing toys and then y'all become friends. So that's a little different.
Yeah, friendship is something that has to be earned in my eyes, like, cause like with my circle, there's nobody in my circle like that I won't like put myself on the line for. Like anybody in my circle, like I would definitely put myself on the front line for them, and that's because like is years of history and chemistry there.
Yeah, it's like it's certain things that only Judson Street knows.
Yeah.
Nobody else knows what happened or
Yeah.
whatever they might think they know, but only Judson Street truly knows.
Yeah, it's certain stuff like it's certain stuff that I can that me and Kerry can sit back and start laughing about, like, and won't nobody else know what we laughing about, and it's like, but we know.
Right.
Just like the same thing with Seth. Like me and him to sit back and like, yo, remember Club Malvern? And won't nobody know what exactly. Won't nobody know what we talking about. It's like, huh? Club Malvern? What's that? It was just like, all right.
So when it comes to like when things go on in the circle or whatever, like I found like especially at work that men are like way more gossipers than women are.
Where you work at?
Yeah, I work. You know where I work at. People like I find like when it comes to giving to passing around information, men are more efficient at it, but they're quicker to give me what's going on than the women are because they have to see what my alliance is and whatever. But guys are just like, well, what I heard was like. So I find that men gossip at least in the work environment more than women. Do you guys gossip with each other? Like,
What?
so you don't talk to Seth about another friend that y'all have.
I mean, yeah, all the time. You know what I mean?
That's
We call that busting on people. We busting on people.
Like, that's got another word for
Like,
it.
listen,
But it's still
yeah.
gossip.
let me tell you what that.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, we say usually we clown somebody. See, we have a different name for it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it is gossip. I don't know.
Is gossip too feminine, too girly? Like we need to give it another term or something?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Because I'm like gossip.
We just talk around.
Yeah.
Like gossip is
sharing
different,
information.
Like when females gossip, like first they like, girl, you know, so and so sleeping around with this person, that person. Like we won't be like guys.
He's like,
not like
do you
that.
hear ball hit that? You know what I mean? It'll be a totally different type of conversation.
Like guys, is
at
more
work,
like, yo.
I get the good information from the guys. Like the girls' information is usually clouded with, well, you know, she thinks she cute or whatever. But guys to get right to the fact
Like
of what happened.
That's
and
like I said earlier, though. Remember I said guys really be careful what they say because
Right.
it could be some consequences involved. So yeah, that's the difference between gossip and what guys talk about because gossip can be just rumors or theories. Like, guys ain't spreading rumors about other guys because you gonna have to see that guy and deal with him later. If I'm spreading the gossip something about Rain, he gonna step to me and be like, "Yo, what are you talking about?"
I'm gonna come see him. I know where he lives.
The girls, a lot of time, like you say, she's trying to fill you out, trying to see where your alliances are. So if she gonna be, are you gonna be on my team when whatever, when we all separate and I don't like that group no more. Like I don't like them, and they don't like us. They want to see where you gonna, who you gonna put your alliance with.
Okay, so men don't gossip; they just share information.
Yeah, we have to.
Right.
Guys got to make sure they sharing the right information. Like I say, you gonna have to be able to back up what you're saying. You know what I mean?
And then it gotta be true. Like I would never go back with information that ain't true. And like if I'm gonna go back and tell somebody something, like I'm making sure that the information is accurate and it's true. But the same, like I said, at the same time, like we don't do it in a gossip way. Like I go to him and be like, yo, why you didn't tell me so and so was? I'm like, oh, I ain't know. Like, yo, let me tell you about this dude. Like,
Go ahead, you can say Joe. Go ahead, say Joe's name. Joe, if you're listening, we talking about you.
Joe Peasy. Joe Peasy.
That was like getting text messages and angry tweets from Joe.
Phone about to blow up right now. Uh-oh. Just got an extra listener.
So what we talked about on the lady show, we talked a little about the new movie, Steve Harvey's new movie, Think Like a Man, based off of his book, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. Now, like male friendship is big in that one, whereas like female friendship is still truncated. They don't have like all the females aren't friends in that movie. Like there's a couple that are, and the rest are like just random women. But all the guys are friends, and that's what sort of gels the movie. Like, is it true? Like, do guys get together and give each other advice like they did in this movie? Like, oh, this is what you should do, and this is how you should play this, or like, is it just like y'all don't like hang out like five guys just trying to give each other advice on your relationships? Is that real?
I mean, I see the guys are real quiet at the table right now.
No, because I'm gonna let you go ahead and grab it, and then I'm gonna follow.
Because it seems like to me, it seems more realistic that it would be women that are in the group, five talking to each other, giving each other advice, than men getting together and talking about their marriage or possible divorce, or.
I mean,
And that's pretty much it holds their whole conversation.
It's guys like guys just like the guys in the movie or whatever. I've been involved like in a group of friends like just like that whatever like because that movie kind of like goes along with what's the other movie Brothers exactly. So like growing up like being under Carrie and them like Carrie's group of friends. Like they always like they had their days, whatever they home like when they hang together. Like it's kind of like a ritual. Like you see, like in the movie, like their meeting spot was the basketball courts. Like every group has their meeting spot. Like Carrie and them had their meeting spot where they would always meet. You know, they talk
Or
about
the
whatever.
party bus for Ass Factory.
But it was the same. no party buses here. But no, like even with me and Seth, like it was what was like back in the day or whatever. Like
me,
before
you, and
before we lost two of our brothers, it was me, Seth, and Jermaine, Jason, and sometimes like Shell and our other homie Dewan, but it was basically me and Seth, Jermaine, and Jason. And like we had our days where it was like every Monday, right?
yeah.
Every Monday.
Man, Monday, man.
Yeah, every Monday we would meet over at his crib, pieces, whatever. Like we would talk about different stuff. Like sometimes we would clown around, like, but we would talk about some serious stuff a lot of times. Like,
and that's what you do. You share that with your good friends, you know. Like men don't necessarily do that, but you definitely don't do that with your male, like your good friends, you know.
Right.
But yeah, we talk about relationships and advice and stuff like that. We definitely talk about that, you know. So because you always got that single man in the group, you got that player in the group, you know, just like the movie was. You know, you got the married man, so you know, of course, you're going to share
the married
things
man
like
and
that.
the player. All mixed
That's another subject.
So one of the things that's mentioned in the book, as well as mentioned in the movie, is the 90-day rule.
Hold on. You know what? This is one thing I want to
I
say.
need sound effects for that.
This is one thing I want to say. The women that's listening, because I don't think I have to say this for men. Steve Harvey is not the end all, the be all in relationship advice. Steve Harvey's book is making money, and I mean y'all gobbling it up. The same thing that you could be asking Steve, you could be asking me. Steve is giving advice on Steve's life experiences with his
Through
divorces,
his 4 marriages,
exactly,
yes.
through his marriages and all that. Everything that go for Steve don't go for Kerry, don't go for Seth, don't go for Jared, don't go for the however many other men is out there. But y'all listening to Steve, like Steve is the quote unquote messiah of
Exactly.
of relationships or
Somebody
whatever.
that said he on his third, fourth marriage.
Yeah, he's on the 4th
Exactly.
marriage, yes.
So you tell me, is do you really put a lot of stock into what he say?
Well, like, and I saw that when the ladies that were on the show last Sunday, they're not fans, and neither am I. But for whatever reason, his book is a bestseller, and then now it's a movie, and there certainly is some portion of the population that feels that he knows what he's talking
It's
about.
curiosity. That's all.
Brainwashed people by Steve Harvey in the morning, the show, all that.
And I think the title manipulated a lot of females. Like I think a lot of females like got pulled in by the title, like, and then he telling them, "Oh, I'm giving out like men's secrets and stuff like." Like I think they got pulled in to that part.
But is there any validity?
Technically, it's really not. It's not no secret.
It's not no secret.
Yeah, it's all gimmick. I'm gonna tell you this, like Steve, that whole thing, that whole thing.
I get it confused.
I think that's why they just shortened it to think like a man.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that whole thing right there. See, Steve is promoting to play games, to start a relationship. That's wrong right there in itself. You know, he's promoting for you not to be yourself. You got to act this way. You got to act. But what if that's not you? So now you have to change and act these certain traits. What, to try to get a man? So that now what happens when you get that man? You start acting yourself. You know, now it's like, wait, that's not the girl I fell in love with. You know, so I don't agree with none of it. To tell you the truth, it's just entertainment. It's entertainment.
That's like you changing yourself up. All right, in the movie, like, all right, make it.
Movie disclaimer: he about to drop some stuff.
And spoiler
alert, right?
Listen. If y'all ain't went to go see it by now, then something wrong.
You know, it just came out Friday. Yes.
Oh, wait a minute now. I happen to be a hard working man. It's hard for me to get off to go see these movies. I will be there this week though.
So was I. I went 12:30 a.m. after I got off from work. But no, I'm not really going to drop like no crazy things about the movie, but like Megan Good's character. All right, she was easy. So she read the book, and next thing you know, like the 90-day rule kick into play. Like I'm not with it. Like you change yourself up, and then like you go back to being easy again. Like what's the point?
No, because now she's in a relationship. She got what she wanted.
Like what's the point though?
No,
But it's the 90-day rule, so you making me wait 90 days, and then you give it up. Now you want to give it up every night. You done made me wait 90 days, so now it's to the point I might not like it every night now because I done waited so long. Now you trying to hold me every night, like I'm no. And then like I'm just saying like.
But what are you doing the women, what are y'all doing in those 90 days? If you're a sexually active female, so you mean tell me you waiting for this dude 90 days, there's nothing else going on in those 90 days?
You don't think women can wait 90 days? Is that what you're saying?
Well, from what Rain said, her character was that she was easy. Her character was she obviously liked sex. She liked to have sex.
But you see how she fixed it when she went on dates with him, right?
Do I smell it for whore?
That's that croissant talking. Yeah. He's getting very.
Just saying.
But,
90 days is a long time for anybody. That's only person.
Well, guys
that 90,
actually wait out 90 days?
only
Like-
person that 90 days is not long for is a virgin. That's the only person 90 days is not long for. Anybody that has had a sexual experience, 90 days is a long time.
Like, do you think, okay, in the movie, he actually waits the 90 days or whatever, and then he says he's willing to wait another 90 days after they get her back. You think a guy who's actually a player would actually...
That's why it's a movie.
That's why I said it's
Would
entertaining.
really
It's
even do
entertaining.
that? Like, a guy who's a player is just going to be like, all right, and then move on.
Listen, like in all reality, I should have a book right here so I can just rip out that whole 90-day chapter. Because it makes no sense. Like, ladies, if there's any ladies out there listening, now I'm gonna give y'all a real, like I'm gonna give y'all like some real insight. I'm gonna give y'all a real man's tip. Not that bull crap that Steve Harvey put in the book.
Rain trying to promote a book. He trying to write a book now.
I'm not writing a book. But no, seriously, the 90-day rule is like it's a myth. It makes no sense. No guy really, honestly, is going to wait 90 days. For real. If you think he wait 90 days, he's not waiting 90 days.
Well, at least not with you.
Well, not a sexually active.
But
guy.
any guy that can wait, like, first of all, if a guy waits a month, then that automatically makes him say no. First of all, no guy is like if a guy only want to hit it and that's it, he gonna give you 2 weeks, 2 weeks tops, maybe 3, and if he ain't get it by then, like he moving on. So if a guy hangs around for a month or maybe like a little over a month, then that means he's serious. So just go ahead and give it to him, cause like no guy's gonna wait that long. Like when I was in my little player mode, my player days, like if it was just something I wanted to hit, I wasn't waiting that long.
Choose your words carefully.
Nah.
You see, I said when I was
Like you say,
when I
maybe
was-
your very own.
when I was in my player days.
But see, it's like I said earlier about when I said men are patient. Because, look, it's like this. If you have a man that is a player, okay, now we're talking about a man that's obviously sexually active. He's a player. This is what he does, okay? And he's telling you that he's waiting. Yeah, he's waiting while he's taking care of his business.
Waiting for you.
Yeah,
That's it.
while
But
he's taking
there's
care of
other
his
things
business.
going on.
Yeah, just like that man that you may have shot down, but you can still be my friend. Okay, he'll still be your friend while he's taking care of business. You know what I mean? So don't just think he's just waiting for you and he's just sitting back at home playing PlayStation while he's waiting for you to make up your mind what you want to do. A sexually active man like that, he's going to continue to be sexually active. And see, that's real talk right there. And a woman like, oh, he's being so nice, he's waiting for me. Yeah, he's waiting for you. But he's handling his business. You know what I mean?
The one that I thought was funny was the Mama's Boy one.
Yeah.
Played by Terrence J. And I forget the lady's name. I love her so much because she always plays somebody's mama.
Yeah. What? Oh,
And drinking a glass of wine.
Taraji.
No, not
No,
Taraji.
she talking about the remember the Fresh Prince?
Yes.
She played Will's aunt.
Oh, you talking
Yes.
about
The one with the loud mouth.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's, I forget her name.
Yes, but she plays the mom in this one. Now, the Mama's Boy, every Sunday belongs to Mama, period. And he answers calls whenever Mom wants him, and he runs his errands for Mom, whatever. Still has his room set up in Mommy's house.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
Yeah, a little creepy. It's actually very creepy, because there was like a Baywatch poster on the
Yeah, right. And he still actually sleeps there. That's
Yes.
on Sunday.
She does his laundry, cooks his favorite food on Sunday. Now,
That's crazy. You go to my mom's house right now, where my room used to be at, ain't nothing. There's all my mom's stuff in there now. So listen,
Yeah.
so as I moved out, she moved in.
so the Mama's Boy, like, is it an expectation for women to put Mom on the back burner, make her number one? Like, is it normal for Like, I can only base on my relationships with my mom. I talk to my mom maybe once a week if I'm lucky, but I'm not going to go to her house every week, like, for dinner on Sunday. Like, is that
when you just meeting a female, like, these are people, total strangers, meeting other total strangers. You can't have all these high expectations from the door. Right. Now, I can see if y'all invested time in your relationship where it got serious and maybe y'all contemplating even dating on as courting as marriage, all that. When it gets to that level, you have to put mom on the background because you about to become one with your mate in your life. You know, so y'all, you know, two become one, not two and your mama. You know what I mean? But you talking about people that's just meeting somebody. They just had, what, 1 or 2 dates? Now you trying to push mom to the back? Like, I don't even know you. Like, you're a stranger.
I thought that was kind of strange, too. It's like they have this, like, he's a set, you know, have some standards, set somewhere or something like that, or get some standards. And the girls, especially the 98 girls, I don't go on dates with guys who don't open my car door. I don't go on dates with guys.
That was just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
He's like, really?
For the car door part, or her making the demands, or her asking him to open the car door?
Both.
Like, you guys need to open the car door.
You got to open the car.
The demands in the car door. I will open the car door.
You got to open the car
every now and then.
Get in. But you know why you got to open the car door? You got to open the car. You got to open the car door to start the test from a Bronx test. I open the car door for her to see if she gonna lean over and pop the head.
I was about to say,
open the door for you.
I like that when a woman does that. Lean over and reach.
So you gotta see that. If she don't do that, you know,
she's not a keeper.
Exactly.
Okay, so opening doors is still necessary, even though it's really to find out whether or not she'll open the door for you. But what about the whole setting the standards? Like, I don't go on dates with guys. There was another one that she did, or she was like, but she was making a demand.
She don't go on dates with guys that text her.
Yes.
He texted her and asked her to go out.
Yeah, yes. that's.
He's like, hey, let's meet up, or you want to go here for dinner? And she's like, I don't think guys that text.
I don't.
But he complied. But he complied. He did it. He's like, okay, well, then he ended up calling her.
Well,
but for the like, I'm not gonna say for the average, for like a certain percentage of guys, like, we be so busy, like, all we do is to have a chance to text. Like, because it is quick, it's easy, and it's simple from having to take out. Like, I can be doing something important and not have time to actually, or not be able to get on the phone and call somebody, like, where I'm at. But it's easy for me to just be like, send a text real quick. So, like, I think that demand is like, it's like stupid. Like me and my crazy schedule, knowing I'm busy, like, it's easy for me to just be like, all right, and just send a text.
Yeah.
And see, we live in such a communication age now. People, you know, Facebook, Twitter, all that. People are rarely even knowing phone numbers. You know, it used to be a time I knew everybody's number on the top of my head. Mm-hmm. I don't know nobody. I don't even know Ray's number.
I don't know. Listen.
It's like, crazy. Once you lose your contacts, you lost your work.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? We live in that communication era where that's just the way we communicate. But I understand though, because you don't want to kill that chivalry. Like, you want to still be able to open the doors. You know, mm-hmm. If I'm on a date with a woman and I'm dropping her off, I'm not just saying, all right, bye. You know, I get out, I open the door, I walk her to the door. Mm-hmm. You know, to her house. You know, some people just don't do that. So I understand trying to keep that chivalry alive. You know, mm-hmm. that respect alive, because again, the communication between two people. I've been to Fridays with my son, and I'll see two people on a date, and they're both on their phone. The two people dating. The guy's down on his phone, she down on her phone. I'm like, how are they on a date? And they both on the phone. I understand that.
They was playing draw something.
We were doing that the other day.
I think it was y'all. I saw out there.
Playing draw something.
But you know, like I said, that's the way that things are going. We're in that communication age where people are so tuned in to their devices. Mm. You know, I mean, whether you're making business plans or whether you're making personal plans, people are just doing it through, you know, we're doing a radio show right now. My man's on his phone texting. He probably set up a date for Leo. Like, listen, baby, I'm thinking about you and just thought of tell you a quick text.
Trying to plug the radio show.
But you know what it is? You know what it is? Because what's that song, Sexton? Mm-hmm. You know, they making songs about it now. So of course, you know, people are gonna think, well, that's the way to go.
Sexton?
Sexton, yeah, man.
What's it about?
And in fact, Trey Songz was the first one that did the LOL smiley face song.
Oh yeah.
And then they had another song called Sexton. But they're actually promoting that's the way now you communicate. The younger generation is doing it. The older generation though may find that disrespectful. You know, now you talking about women that was in this movie that was 40 and above. These are the older women that may find that disrespectful. Well, she had a 42nd birthday. They was lying, but still, you know, but still,
because younger, like.
But you think
I
that's
can't deal with
acceptable?
this generation, like today's generation, like they just have no morals.
you sound like your daddy.
Wow,
Like they, but no, seriously, like they have no morals, like they don't understand what it is like to wind down a female, like you know, it's actually what's the word, court a female or whatever. Yeah, like they don't understand. Like these young boys nowadays is like, you know, straight at, like you said, text, no phone call. Like they get a number, like, all right, let me get your number.
But see, again, they go on by their favorite artists and take tips from them. You know what I mean? What Jay-Z said, I might wife her, powder blue, Rockaway suit, white Nike. So, you know, I bought her some clothes, she my girl. You know what I mean?
Little Wayne is definitely a bad role model. Little Wayne.
I want to do every girl in the world. You know what I mean?
Anybody who wears skinny jeans is a bad role.
True. I mean, but the young girls nowadays don't make it no better though. Like that's like remember like think back nowadays now. Think the way these young girls is nowadays, the way they dress.
Well, look at
like
their
the
role
stuff
models.
they do.
You know what I mean? Look at the artists on TV and on videos now. You know what I mean?
All right, we just gonna blame it on the media. Blame it on the media.
Well, no, because it goes back to something you said to me the other day about pretty much saying that, you know, whether or not guys, like when you have sex as a teenager or whatever, it really comes down to the girls. Like, the guys aren't going to do it if the girls aren't letting it happen. So as long as the girls know that they're not supposed to do it, then the guys won't do it either.
Exactly.
Like,
guys, like
that puts the whole responsibility
we was
on.
talking about the virginity. We was talking about the virginity
Yeah.
thing. Like guys losing their virginity at like 13, 14 and stuff like that. I mean, like, yeah, that's because the girls nowadays are easy. Mm-hmm. If girls didn't make it so easy, like, listen, you need a girl to lose your virginity.
And see, I already see.
Well, wait. The way society is nowadays.
I know. Wait, I'm about to say,
Hopefully it's still
you can lose your virginity without a female. Yeah. Sad to say, but it's true. But no, it's what the kids are seeing. I mean, think about, you know, when we were younger. Of course, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have as much media and information at our disposal.
We just had cable.
Kids got this stuff coming to in their hands. You know, my son is in the 2nd grade. A couple of them kids got cell phones already. In 2nd grade, 7 years old with cell phones. I may understand why the parents may give it to them. You know, maybe they take the school bus. They want to be able to keep in touch.
There's a difference, though. Is it a touch screen?
They be having phones better than mine.
A kid doesn't need a touch screen in 2nd grade. Get them a flip phone.
And see, that's the point. The point is too much information is in their hands. You know, they can push any button and get all kinds of visuals, pictures, whatever. You know, all kinds of spams may come, whatever. But see, that's the point. When we were little, we didn't have access to that information. I remember the very first time, I don't know, I might have been like 12 or 13. I'm outside playing with my friends. You know, people 12 or 13 don't even play outside no more. But I'm outside with my friends playing, and there was a porno tape on the ground. There was a porno box. And I picked it up, I looked. I didn't know what I was looking at. I was like, what the heck? It almost made me sick to my stomach.
Why is she doing that?
I was like, is that hair? What is that? I didn't know. But nowadays, a 5-year-old can tell you, oh, no, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. Kids know too much. And that's why kids nowadays is losing their sexual virginity at so much of a younger age, is because they know too much, then they want to imitate what they say.
Yeah, you were shielded more back in those days. Now, like you say, everything is upfront and personal, right in your face. Maybe every child almost, even your 3-4-year-olds, can get on the computer, can go on the web, and they know what they're looking for. Even when you go on, like the little cartoon sites that they go on or whatever. You can. It's only a matter of hitting the wrong word or keying in the wrong word, and you hit something, and boom, Pornhub.
Yeah, I got that. I never heard of that website.
Being Aladdin doing something else. Like,
Exactly.
And look, if you a parent, please don't let your kids watch Family Guy, The Simpsons. They are cartoons. They are not for children. Obviously, there'd be little kids that can barely even speak watching them
and
cartoons.
apparently there's also like a puppet show that's not appropriate either.
A puppet show?
Yes. So remember
Not,
the one with the cats and the dog? It was just not right at all. Like,
cats and the dog.
Yes.
What's Gina been watching?
There's a puppet show. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's on like one
Adult
of the cable
Swim or
stations.
something?
Yeah, one of those comedy,
okay.
one of those cable shows. But
Yeah.
so then that means like I would think if there's so much information, then the onus is on the parents to properly.
Oh well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, most definitely.
But both of you have boys. No one has a girl here, right?
I have 2 boys.
Two
I'm
boys,
glad
right?
I don't have a girl. I couldn't deal
See,
with
so
that.
now what are you going to tell your son, though? Like, when it comes to that sort, like, are you just going to say, hey, if you can get it, you know, like, or, like, what?
I got a 17-year-old and a 10-year-old. My 17-year-old is bigger than me, more facial hair than me.
Got a full blown beard.
And he tends to come to the house with his female friends or whatever. And I know we've talked about, you know, I ask him, son, you doing this, you doing that, or whatever. He always tell me no, but at the end of the no, it's always like a little smirk like, so,
Like, you know that.
yeah, I know you're doing something, but he respectful enough the way it's not out in the open like that. So, and like I tell him, you always got to protect yourself or whatever, because nowadays you can get stuff, you know what I mean? And he knows certain things you can't get rid of or whatever, or you can get rid of, and you don't want those either. The ones you can get rid of, the ones you can't get rid of. So hopefully he take the advice. I mean, you can't be with them 24/7. So hopefully they listen to the lessons that you taught them.
And that's the parental responsibility right there. Just as much information as they're getting from maybe online from their friends, as parents, we have to give them just as much information to safeguard them. And like you just said, just hope that they follow that advice. Like, even with my son now, you know, of course you always teach your son, you know, you never put your hands on the female, you never touch them, but then you got to teach them other things about the female too, you know. So if my son's going to grow up to be a gentleman, then it's my responsibility now to teach him how to be a gentleman, even at 7 years old, how to be a gentleman. You know, and then, you know, as he gets older, he's going to develop his own mind and his own way of doing things. But I'm going to keep feeding my son that information, because I know he's going to get more information, because he's away from me more than I see him. You know, school has him 8, 9, 10 hours a day, you know, before I even see him. So he's getting information from teachers or from other kids. So I got to make sure I'm constantly feeding him that information when I have him. Jermaine don't got no children, so.
Nope.
His philosophy on the whole,
I mean, no, but like,
Ray, if you had a daughter, what would you teach your daughter?
she can't do nothing. She got to hold a nickel between her knees.
Don't drop that nickel. You drop that nickel, that's it.
basically, fair is the key.
Fair is the king.
Fair is the key. You put fair in them, and be scared to do a lot because of the consequences.
You can't install fear like that. You can't
No,
do
Daddy,
that.
no.
You can't do that, because at
That's
that
rebellion
point
right
in
there.
time,
They ready.
exactly,
Yeah,
you're gonna
they
make
gonna
them
rebel.
more curious
Yeah.
as to what's out there.
I mean, like when I learned, well, you know, my mom raised me, so it was like my mom gave me the talk, but then I had like people that was around me, whatever, like guys that was older than me, like I had Carrie, like and all his group of friends, whatever. You know, like I ran and followed them around all over the place if I could. So like my mom gave me the talk, but you know they gave like
We gave
a
you
whole
the real
lot more.
talk.
Yeah, they gave like a whole lot more insight into it. They gave me the real talk.
Gave you visual pictures.
Exactly. So it was like, but at the same time, like they told me and stressed to me the don'ts, and like. I already knew, like, it's like I already knew if I disobeyed one of the don'ts and came back and had to tell them, like, well, yo, I slipped up and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, like, I could see them, like, hitting the crap out of me. So, like, I had a little bit of fear in me. Like, I had a little bit of fear in me. Like, I was the kind of person that was like, you know, I don't want to do this. Like, I hate to let people down or whatever. So I was like, I'm just one of the people that be like, no, I can't let them down. I gotta, all right.
But see, I agree with what Rain say too, because that's the discipline. That fear, it goes back to discipline. And see, a lot of times these kids is doing whatever because there's no discipline. You know, you can't put your hands on me, you can't touch me. I call 911. You know, there's no discipline. You know, coming up, if you wasn't home when them street lights was on, you would get it.
Exactly.
In fact, you may get it from other people in the neighborhood first before you even make it home.
You'd be
But
very sore before you made it back.
you still get it. You know, your mom give it to you. Wait till your daddy get home. But see, just like we was talking earlier about 13-year-olds having children, now they're parents. You know, these are kids raising other kids,
And they don't know how to parent.
Yeah,
They were never taught. They learning on the fly. And is
YouTubing it.
Right.
How do you parent?
exactly. And they being taught by TV and all that stuff.
Yep.
I mean,
25-year-old grandma in the club. You know.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
The grandmom and the grandmom, the mom, and the granddaughter all in the club at one time.
Yeah,
Partying together.
it's true.
Crazy, all
Yeah.
partying together.
Yep, 10-year differences. That's it.
Yo, that's crazy. I remember it was like back in like what 05. It was a situation like that.
Who's that?
The mom and
The mom.
the mom and
Well, I knew
and
a
daughter.
female like that too.
And the grandma.
Yeah.
I was DJing at the spot or whatever, like somewhere up on. Remember I told you about the spot I used to DJ at on Torresdale. I forgot the name of it, but it was a situation like the girl came up and the lady was like, shout out to Joseph Bizarro.
Joe Peasy.
I knew he was listening to that somewhere. But the lady came up to me. She was like, "Oh, you're doing such a great job." This and that. I was like, "Oh, thanks." This and that. So she's like, "Oh, you're cute. This and that. You got a girlfriend?" I'm like, "Huh?" Well, no. I want you to meet my daughter. This and that.
Yeah, your daughter's here.
I'm looking like, huh? Your daughter? What? She's like, yeah, she right there. She called her daughter over and this and that. So like me and the daughter talking. I'm like, yeah, so what's going on? Blah blah blah. She like, nothing to me. My mom, my grandma. We came out. What?
They all together. Yo, I knew a girl. She was 11 years old when she got pregnant. 11. She had her first baby at 12. Okay,
Wow,
and because she was pregnant and had her baby at 12, she was doing really bad at school and got left back. So, needless to say, by the time her baby was going to kindergarten, she was going to school too.
Wow.
So she would drop her baby off at school, and then she would go to school. They were both going to school. So she was only in like 10th or 11th grade, and her baby was in kindergarten already. So by the time she actually graduated, her baby was like in 2nd or 3rd grade, and she just graduated school. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Like these kids having kids. So it's up to parents. Wait, what are we even talking about here?
I mean, like my age, my child will be graduating from high school, and I'm 32.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what I mean?
that's not right. Like,
And I see it all the time. Like even me as a DJ, I'm in the club, and you can just tell. Like people 21st birthday, they're coming in with their moms, and their moms are just as young as them, and they're partying, they're celebrating together, drinking it up. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. It's a shame. So I'm like, can I get some Rick Ross?
Some Rick Ross. Like, who are you, the grandma? Ricky Ross.
so I guess for that, like, you guys are happy that you don't have girls.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
yeah. I don't need no girl.
How would you do if you had a girl? What would you do? Like, how would you?
I actually wanted a girl.
I used to.
But now I don't want anything. I got enough now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't want anything
You
else.
almost finished. You almost at the finish line.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm starting over.
Yeah, yeah.
And if somebody do come and tell me, we testing everything, all that. No, no.
What, add another no one there, Carrie?
I'm not going back to the finish line. And I know people that do that. I know a lady. I want to say 44. Daughter is grown. Another daughter that's 17. Now she just pop up.
Mm-hmm.
She got a brand new baby.
I know one
What
too.
are you thinking? For what?
Oh my goodness.
When the baby 10, you be 54.
Some people like it for some reason. Like some people like
Get a dog.
having. Some people
You
like
need
having
some
babies.
company. Get a puppy.
Some I know this lady. She just had a baby at 38, and then now she 40, and she talking about having another kid. I want one more.
No.
Like wow. Like the oldest kid is grown. Like grown, like in the 20s grown.
I got one that's about to be out the way. The other one is 10. I'm looking at 8. You got 8 more years. It ain't going to you 26 and 27 and all that. No,
18.
18.
Wait, so what are you gonna do when you turn
18?
18? You gonna kick him out? Like,
If he ain't
in
working,
college?
if he ain't working, if he ain't in college, ain't in the military or something,
You hear that?
you gotta get out.
You hear that?
You gotta get out.
All of us had that same.
I was
Those
going.
same words
I
were
was
said
going.
to all of us. You had
I was going
choices.
at 17. At 17, I was going. Came back after I got out the service, and maybe stayed for maybe a year, maybe something like that. But other than that, and I haven't been back since.
Yeah, we all
Can't go back.
had that said to us like, starting with Carrie's brother Kevin. It started with Kevin, then it went to Carrie, then it went to me. Them 3 choices: school, military, or job. You had to make the choice, but
You gotta do something.
You gotta do something.
Do you think that comes from having a male influence in the house, or is it like if there was just a woman around and no male influence? You think that forcement to go out and make a life would happen?
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, me personally, like my dad wasn't involved. I was raised by all women. It was my mom, it was my sister, it was my grandma. You know, so women just like that. The
mama's boy.
The mama's boy. Like women always want to cater to their boy. You know, so my mom encouraged me, stay home. You don't gotta go somewhere. I'm like, yeah. I'm like deep voice from the bed, like I gotta go, mom. I gotta live my life. You know, but that's how women want to keep their child home. My mom said to this day, come live with me, baby. And I'm like, I love you, mom. You know, that's all you can say is I love you. But you know, a real man's gonna struggle. He gonna do what he have to do. You know, just to be a man because. You know, that's in our nature, it's in our character to be men. And that's part of being a man, to be able to survive and stand on your own 2 feet, you know. I don't understand men that can go straight from living with their mom straight to get married. I don't even understand that. It's like you have to have that little time where you can be by yourself.
Yeah, you need to
be able to be a man.
Life.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Life
Pay
on
bills,
your,
handle, doing stuff on your own. Yeah.
Build your character.
Definitely.
Hey, well, our show has come to an end, gentlemen. Sorry, we can certainly keep talking about this for hours and hours.
I want to gossip some more. Let's gossip.
I think, especially after this conversation, I think we definitely have to bring like the men and the women together and to figure out a way to do that and have like men.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
Not ready.
I'll tell you, I think my girls can handle y'all. Seriously,
not ready.
But thank you once again. And can everyone, if you guys have like your Twitter handles or anything like that, if you want people to follow you, we just go around the room. You guys give that information out before we wrap up.
I'm not a Twitter a Twitter person, but emails kskills70@yahoo.com. Kerry Withers on Facebook.
This is at Famous DJ on Twitter, and on Facebook is Philly's Famous, and those are both a PHs, PHILLYS and PHAMOUS.
You notice that when it's time to
kill me with the
he's
spelling.
like, "Hey, this is."
For everybody that wants
you were not talking like that 5
listen out
seconds
there,
ago.
you know what I mean? Like this, what I gotta say. So on Facebook.
You can hit me up on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Philly Rain, and you can hit me up on Facebook, Philly Rain. I keep it simple.
Philly is spelled P.
That's PHILLY. Famous DJs, PHAMOUS.
Thank you once again for joining me, and thanks for listening. It's Sunday Brunch.
Yes, bring on the girls. They're not ready.
And we'll see you guys next week.